How y'all doing? I just want to kind of do something a little different. We all look on the internet, at things that we just, things we really don't really believe in, but though could happen at any given time. And one of them is an EMP. People talk and think that there's a satellite in North Korea has hovering above the earth that could detonate and take the power grid out, which is plausible. It could. Matter of fact, ever since I was a young man, I had thoughts all the time about what if coal ran out? Or what if there weren't enough transformers to replace transformers that blow in case of a major event? It's could happen. Sure, it could. But Christians really aren't to worry about things like that. We're not supposed to be ignorant. We're supposed to, expect things bad to happen and prepare for them. Like if they're calling for this 1.5 feet of snow they're here calling for. Made sure I had plenty of dry firewood and went to the store and made sure I had plenty of feed. And pretty much set my mind that I may not be able to go to work tomorrow. I might have to just stay home and make sure my house is in order. And this is kind of a Christian's disaster, or whatever they want to call it, EMP or what have you. It's, when you're a child, snow's fun. But once you reach the age of accountability, you quickly see that an event like this involves a lot of labor, a lot of inconvenience. Maybe running out of food because you can't get on the streets in an amount of time before your refrigerator runs dry or runs out. And what if your power went out? Not because of a snowstorm, not because of anything like that. But what if your power went out because you couldn't pay your bill? That greedy electric company doesn't care about you. They're gonna give you a 5-day cutoff notice, and if you don't pay by then lights out. So that's a type of disaster. Because who's really going to help you out? They're not. What if it was an elderly person that needed electricity to run their oxygen, or to run or a mother needing microwave to keep the formula heated up and stuff like that? They don't care. They just want their money. They're going to cut it out. So I guess some of these conspiracy theorists do have it right when you say you must prepare, and you really do need to prepare, whether it's a natural disaster, which is really not all so natural, is it? God could cut this snow off if he wanted to. And of course, there's, it's a proven fact that there is weather modification and all that. So that plays a role in it, but he lets things pass as his will chooses. So, I think everybody should just be prepared, whether it's summer, fall, winter, or spring, for any kind of disaster. Anything could take place that, well, you'll find yourself basically living back like they did back in the, before the technology age. It's very, very possible that it could happen. Make sure you have plenty of food, of course. Make sure you have what batteries you have charged, or batteries that are new for simple things. Simple things like a flashlight. So this snow right here, I probably won't go to work tomorrow because I have things to do here at the house. I've got much shoveling and plowing to do. And it's an inconvenience to people, and you just got to look ahead and prepare for it. But if disaster did happen, like an electromagnetic pulse, an EMP, then we adapt and overcome. We adapt and overcome. It would, so you should kind of think about, do you have a bag in your car? To where if you had to get out and walk several miles due to traffic being backed up, do you have the things that you need to get you home in an event like that? Because the interstate's shut down, you know, because of cars being piled up, because most cars today run off computers, and if an electromagnetic pulse could affect them, roads would be probably impassable. Like this here, this road right here, it's ain't no way. Like, here's my boot right there. It's almost up to my knees. Almost up to my knees. So things could happen to where you go back to pre-technology. And there's my mother-in-law's driveway. It's a quarter of a mile long. That's got to be done tomorrow. I've already done mine, but it's already got 7 inches of snow already on it again. But just be prepared for anything is all I'm saying. Is, as a Christian, we adapt and overcome. Continue to give the gospel out in those trying times, in those chaotic times that they will be. You don't think once that the trucks can't deliver fuel, because most of those new Peterbilts and Western Stars and Freightliners run off computers? If they were affected in an EMP attack, or just what if there was a fuel war and there was no fuel to be delivered? You don't think in 3 days that those trucks that aren't delivering food to the stores and fuel to the pumps, you don't think there'd be chaos in 3 days? And don't you think that you'd find out real quick who was a good person and who's evil? Because somebody will gut you with a knife to take your last, to take something that you want, food, whatever it is, cigarettes, ice cream, whatever it may be, a gallon gas, can of gas. They'll take whatever they can, and people will turn on you. Family, most especially. That's why you need to familiarize yourself with a group of people, like-minded Christian people, that aren't going to snap and act lawless. Excuse me. I don't know. It's not a car on the road, and I've already walked 3 miles down to the main road that'll take you to the interstate, and I've passed one car, and it was a pickup truck for the state, I guess, surveying what roads need to be plowed best and not. But anyway, just something to think about, that's all. I'm just trying to, you know, I was thinking about it myself. I have all my life thought about it. What if modern conveniences went away? But people would get chaotic in an event to where there wasn't electricity, and people would particularly spaz out without their telephones. So, again, we as Christians, we continue to give the gospel out and adapt and overcome and live the best way we can and use our common sense. Daggone coyotes over there. I don't know if you can see them. They're running up the hill over. Oh well. Those things will chase you. I've been chased by them a couple times. Yeah, they run in packs of 4 and 5 around here. Little old dogs. I've got a half American Pit Bull Terrier and a red bone mixed. Best dog I've ever had, and that's over Plots, bear dogs, and German short hairs. That red bone's a good dog, and with that American Pit in it, it makes a good, strong dog, a good protector, and it usually runs those coyotes off. But he's not out right now. He's laying by the fireplace. He was out earlier, got sopping wet. But just prepare in your mind that things could go haywire. In this country, yes, this country, kingdoms fall all the time. So what a better day than today? If the sun's out where you live, or snowing, or it's raining, what a better day to think about things like that. And what would you do if these modern conveniences went away? What would you do? Get yourself a group of people that are like-minded and Bible believers that can adapt and overcome. Make sure there's a couple hunters in there, because not everybody's going to have the same trade. You might have some women that sew, men that hunt. You might have a couple fellas that are women that or brothers and sisters that know how to do leather work, to know how to mend clothing and sew. You might have a carpenter in your circle of friends. All those things are beneficial and would be beneficial. So just seeing this town shut down, which is fine. My life goes on no matter what the day is or what the day brings. But it's makes you think, you know, what if the power goes out? How you going to respond? How you going to get to work? Are you going to get to work? If you don't go to work and you don't have sick leave or paid time off, how are you going to be constructive with your time off and make that day off from work at your home profitable for yourself? A lot of things to consider. Anyway, I'm going to get back to shoveling. I just want to do something just a little different and just kind of clear my head a little bit. Some things that were on my mind while I was thinking, just how, looking at the news at some of these southern states, how they're just shut down without power. It could happen anywhere. And if it was an EMP like some of these YouTube channels talk about, which could happen, like I said earlier, that would mean you better get you a Dutch oven. You better learn how to start a fire and cook your food. You need to learn how to at least skin a squirrel. And bartering. I was raised that barter's better than money. To barter with people. Trade labor. So, I might do a lesson tonight. Get back going in Galatians. Just something to think about. Just a little something to think about. Alright. Alright, it's getting dark here. I gotta get going. Till next time.